Things are getting really interesting, not just with Caleb Williams in Oklahoma. We got to talk about that and the rumors going on. But they're getting interesting with an Oklahoma player who has called out Caleb Williams and some of his teammates. And according to the Oklahoma player himself, he's not calling them out, he's telling the truth. I don't know if Oklahoma likes to be in the drama, if they enjoy it, or what it is, but for the past, 5-6 months, they've been in it nonstop. They've been the talk of college football, and it hasn't been for good things. We got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of interesting topics to get into. As always, if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate if you join our family. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. It really helps out the channel, and it also motivates me whenever we gain new subscribers. And without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into the juicy stuff and the real drama, I want to bring this up. Even to this day on Twitter, there's almost 1,000 tweets a day talking about Caleb Williams and what's he going to do. Today there wasn't a major or a huge update on all of that, but his dad did say this. His dad was interviewed and here's what he said. The NFL, not the NIL, is the guiding light of what the family's doing. Does that give us any hardcore evidence or real information? Not really. I'm still sticking with my gut and what I've said from day one. He's going to Lincoln Riley and USC. Especially with that quote, if NIL money isn't the biggest factor, then USC probably is your best bet considering they have Lincoln Riley. But however, for my Oklahoma fans, there's a new rumor going around and I'll just read it off to you. A lot of these teams and a lot of these diehard fans, you can join a message board of a team, and this is a rumor going on that somebody said on the board. Before I read this off, I want to make this clear. Take it with a grain of salt. The chances of this being true, I don't know, I just don't think it's too high, and you can do what you want with this information. Basically, to sum this message up, Caleb Williams' family is negotiating and trying to get ownership of Love's, which is in Oklahoma. If you don't know what Love's is, I believe, I'm not too sure, but it is a gas station, so I guess I want ownership of something like that. Like I said, you can believe what you want, but the chances of that being true is almost slim to none. Here's my argument. Even if that was true, how in the heck would this random person know about it? Last but not least, before we get a move on, I want to read off one more I stumbled across. I actually believe one of you tagged it to me or sent it to me on Twitter or Instagram. But anyways, and I want to clarify, this is an Oklahoma fan. He said, quote unquote, my dream scenario is Caleb Williams goes to UCLA and tears his Achilles first day of practice. He followed that up by saying, we get Dart, referring to the transfer quarterback, who wins Heisman, and Tebow goes 4-8. My immediate reaction to that response and to that comment was nothing. I don't even know what to say about stuff like that. I like to troll and I like to joke just as much as the next person, but what goes on in your mind for you to think that, number one, and number two, to type it out? I understand dark humor, and I've laughed at some messed up stuff in my life. I'm gonna admit it, come on now, we all have. But that right there, that just crosses the line. I don't even know how you could begin to think that's funny. Let's just get a move on with this video and talk about the Oklahoma player who goes by the name of Nik Bonitto calling out, I guess, Caleb Williams and his former teammates. If you're not familiar with Bonitto, he was a linebacker for Oklahoma and he just entered the NFL draft. Technically, he's listed as a linebacker, but he can also play defensive end, and I do think in the NFL he'll play more defensive end, but that's a different conversation for a different day. We all know what happened with Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma. He pulled a Kevin Durant and he backstabbed the program. He didn't only just take a couple of defense and offensive coordinators, he also took some recruits and former players. It seems like that happened forever ago, but it only happened a couple months ago, and right when it seemed like everybody was accepting it and it started to die down, Bonitto brought the conversation back up. A few days ago, on the 15th of January, so really 4 days ago, he tweeted this out, and it's starting to get popular now. Quote unquote, some of these kids talking down on the coaches all season, now they want to join them at USC. Bunch of clowns, oh you don't need them. That tweet it did catch a lot of people off guard and by surprise. If you notice in that tweet, he didn't call out Lincoln Riley and he didn't call out Oklahoma's program. He was calling out the Oklahoma players that were leaving Oklahoma. I'm sure most of you comprehend it, but he's basically saying a bunch of the kids on the team were talking bad about the coaches and saying how terrible they were, and only a couple months later, they're joining them at USC. So it's kind of ironic. To go along with that, Latrell McCutcheon, he tweeted out, oh, and one more thing. all of you Oklahoma fans can unfollow me with this annoying you know what crying y'all doing. I owe y'all nothing. And he deleted that tweet because of all the hate he was getting. If you don't know who Latrell McCutcheon is, he was a cornerback for Oklahoma who has recently entered the transfer portal. I don't even know if he's committed or signed with another team or if he's still in the portal, but I can guarantee you one thing, he's not coming back to Oklahoma, especially after what he said. But you see, here's where things start to get complicated. Nobody's too sure who that tweet is directed at. However, here's what we do know, and we can put the pieces together ourselves. Just like he stated, he's talking about a player who left Oklahoma to join USC. So right there, it's narrowed down to 4 or 5 guys. Now that I think about it, he can only be talking about a couple of guys. There's no way it can be the recruits that committed to Oklahoma and then joined USC, because they was never around the coaching staff to talk bad about him in the first place. So really, I can only assume it's either A, Mario Williams, B, Caleb Williams, or C, Latrell McCutcheon. But whoa, hold on. Only an hour ago as to when I'm speaking and making this video, we now narrowed it down to 2 people. How do I know it's narrowed down to 2 people? Because only 1 hour ago, Mario Williams himself tweeted out this. Oklahoma fans, laughy faces, don't know what y'all talking about, so stop tagging me in that stuff. Nick Bonitto was not talking about me. Nick Bonitto retweeted that, so obviously they're on good terms. You don't gotta be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. You just gotta follow up with it and put the pieces together. Unless I missed something, he can only be talking about 2 guys. It's either Caleb Williams, Latrell McCutcheon, or both of them. There's no in-betweens. I don't really think Caleb Williams would talk bad about Oklahoma's program. That doesn't seem like the type of thing he would do, but in Bonitto's tweet, he said some of these kids. So he's obviously talking about more than one player, right? I'm not going to make any assumptions. Like always, I'm going to let you guys do what you want with that information. Let me know your thoughts down below. I am very curious. Who do you think he's talking about? The more stuff you hear about Oklahoma and the more players come out with information that they were holding in, you can understand why this season it didn't go as planned. If you want me to be honest, I don't even think it's on the players. I think it starts with your leader, and your leader was Lincoln Riley. There's not a nice way to say this. Lincoln Riley gave up on the team and sabotaged the program. I'm not going to go too into detail with how I feel about it. That's a different video for a different day. But with all that being said, let's go wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Why, hello there. You're probably sitting there confused like, yo, Matt, I thought this video was over. No, not so fast, my friend. You're also probably wondering why I am talking, and I'm just going to be honest. I need this video to get to 8 minutes so your boy Matt can get paid, because if it don't get to 8 minutes, I don't get paid. So yeah, let me just waste about what, 3, 2, 1 more second, and yeah, 8-minute mark. Hope you enjoyed.